Hi, I'm Gene Gavis from Des Moines Motors. We're proud to present to you Nead Inspiration, the TV show. A great show for women to grow, learn, and be inspired. We're also proud to announce the arrival of the Noble car. Over 50 miles per gallon and the durability for modern day driving conditions. Please enjoy Nead Inspiration, presented to you by Noble Car and all of us at Des Moines Motors.
Today on Nead Inspiration, we are talking about planning an event. As you can see, there is an event going on, but I had to do a whole bunch of work before this came together. I actually met with an event planner, I met with a graphic designer, I talked to a musician about how to pick a musician, and then I met with a caterer, and all of those people are featured today. Get ready to have some fun. It's time to plan an awesome party. We're having an event on Nead Inspiration. Hi, I'm Liz Nead. Wife, mother, inspirational speaker, radio host, life coach, and do-it-yourselfer. And right in the middle of my crazy life, I decided to create a TV show for you. On Nead Inspiration, we'll teach you how to do things, create better relationships. We'll bring you inspiring stories, take you to interesting places, teach you how to protect yourself, and most importantly, teach you how to be a better you. Nead Inspiration starts now. The first thing that we're going to tackle today is event planning. I have Lori Yates here. She is an event planner and the owner of Laurel Events. And we're just going to talk about tips and tricks for planning events. Now, I have a lot of the stuff already in place. I have sent out invitations. I've chosen a place. We are going to do the event at the Amish House. And it's, as I said, an event to promote the TV show and the sponsors of the TV show. I have food picked out, wine, and a musician, but I wanted to kind of circle back and talk through it all and see what you think about my choices and anything else that you can give me in terms of help for planning an event.
Okay.
So, all right, so I did an invitation, and I think I did it a little late, but I sent it 2 weeks prior to the event for this networking event. I couldn't get everything together before that. What's a good time to send an invitation out?
Typically they say 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay.
I lean towards the 4 to 5. Anything outside of 6, people forget.
Yeah, you lose them.
You lose them. They put it in their planner, they put it on their counter, they put it on the fridge,
right,
and they walk away from it and think, oh, I'll plan on going, but it's way far down the road, and they forget to RSVP. They completely forget about the event.
So for a rule of thumb would be a month.
Yes.
Is the time.
Just because people are so busy, and it gives them plenty of time to get it on their calendar and block out that time and know that it's coming. And then sometimes it's even good to send out a reminder email. If you do, depending on if you did a mail invite or if you do e-invitation.
Sure.
Just depending. So a lot of people are doing the e-invites right now, and those are nice. They're easy. There's no postage involved. It goes directly to them.
I'm a big fan of the e-invite.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you're doing 2 weeks in advance.
Yeah, and you can set it up to send an automatic reminder.
What about the number of people? So for a networking kind of thing, not necessarily a house party or something like that, if I want 75 people to come, how many people should I invite?
Usually they say almost double of what you would anticipate actually having. You need to
make sure that you invite twice as many. Okay.
Twice as many.
Now what I really want to talk to you about and pick your brain, it's sort of like getting free advice actually, is about the layout of the thing, because there's a little bit of a challenge here. We're at a furniture store. It's not like a party room, and we want to promote the sponsors and make sure that everyone has a good time. So I'm going to walk around the space with Lori, and we're going to talk through where should the musician be, you know, where the food should be, and we're going to do that right after this.
At Amish House Furniture, you'll be amazed what our designers, you, and our craftsmen can create. From classic to contemporary, fun to functional, bold to beautiful, and pretty to practical. Locally owned and handcrafted in the heartland of America. Located at 3037 100th Street in Urbandale between Hickman and Douglas. Amish House Furniture, many styles, one standard.
Hey there, I'm the new G4 in town. Wanna take me for a spin? At 45 miles per gallon, I'll take you anywhere you wanna go for a long, smooth ride. You'll love my curves and sleek packaging. Jump on in. With seating for 4, I have plenty of room to love. Honey, I'm 11'9", which makes me clearly irresistible. I'm cute, unique, and stand out in a crowd. Plus, I'm really fun. Introduce me to your friends. They're gonna love me too.
Today on Nead Inspiration, we're planning a party. I've got a Nead Inspiration party coming up, and I've gotten some helpful tips from Lori Yates from Laurel Events about planning my party, but now I'd like her to help me plan the layout of my party. Now we're going to walk through the space with Lori, and she's going to give me some ideas of where to put the food and the wine. I'm sure you've had a party before where everyone's congregating around, you know, it's like in the kitchen, they all congregate around the food. And there's nothing worse than attending a party and being stuck in line half the time. You almost, you know, you find people grabbing 4 glasses of wine at a time because they don't want to have to go back. So let's talk about the flow. Now, you think we should have more than one place to serve wine?
Yeah, just because, especially in this environment, networking, you want to create a flow, you want to get people to mingle and talk. So if they've got a great setting area right here up front, I think right here would be a great place to put a high top to put one of the wine stations at.
Right, and we have a couple of those. So you're saying here, and then you said something about diagonal. So you're saying shoot another one over there.
Yeah, just to try to kind of force people to move through the space, and kind of straight lines, they don't really get to kind of work their way around the room. So sometimes it's better if you can just kind of position your stuff to kind of force them into different directions.
Okay.
So if we could do a wine station here and then an appetizer station over here.
So would you put it like right here? Is this?
You know what? And we talked about possibly putting a monitor on that buffet. I'd probably put the food over there, kind of over by the buffet.
Well, let's take a look at it. So you're suggesting, along with the 2 wine stations that we have, for food stations as well, if we can.
Yep.
So you're saying, you know, there's wine over there, there's wine over here. This is a place where there's food.
This is a food. Yep.
Because we're promoting the TV show, we are going to have monitors with clips from other episodes, and so you're saying put that over on that buffet.
Yep.
Kind of to draw people over here.
Yep. And while they're getting stuff, that'll be playing, and they can easily see it, and it's at a good height. So I think that's using that piece of furniture in a well format, yeah.
So we have one more thing to talk about, which is the musician. And I remember parties where there's a musician kind of stranded in the corner, because no one can stand near him because it's too loud, and it kind of ruins the flow. So you had an idea of where to put the musician.
Right.
Which is actually close to the door when you walk in.
It is close to the door, but I think in this instance, because you're going to be using both sides of the room, you want to be able to hear him wherever you're at.
Sure.
And because it's an acoustic guitar,
right,
and he's, you know,
it's one guy.
Yep. It's the noise volume is going to be minimal. We're not, you know, talking a full, you know, 4-piece jazz band kind of thing. So with him being just an acoustic guitar, I think right here in this space, we'll move this display case and these pictures and put him in a different location. But I think him being right there, and then them being able to hear him on either side, and then utilizing both sides of the space. And I think if we put maybe one more appetizer over on that side and kind of force them over to the other side and kind of keep them moving through the showroom, I think that'll be a good location for him to be, and he won't be in the way because we'll have him kind of backed up against where that furniture is going to be anyway. So it kind of keeps him out of the way, but keeps everybody able to hear him.
Okay. Well, obviously there's a lot to think about when planning. I can't wait for you to see what Lori and I come up with on the day of the event. Up next, we are going to talk to a graphic designer who designed my invitation, just about fun things that you can do so that when your invitee sees your invitation, they really want to come. And we'll do that right after this.
Not feeling enough warm or cool air in all the rooms in your home? Before you consider replacing your heating and air conditioning unit, call AeroSeal. 3 out of 4 homes we visit leak 15 to 40% of their air through faulty seams or holes in their air duct system, wasting dollars and energy. AeroSeal certified technicians test your ductwork and use technology endorsed by the Environmental Protection Agency to put your air and your cash back where it belongs. Call AeroSeal. Airtight savings, airtight comfort.
Chiropractic care, it's for everyone. At Complete Wellness, we find the root of the cause, a whole body approach to wellness care. Your spine and nervous system is the main powerhouse in the body and controls everything, so why not keep it working at optimal levels? Specializing in posture rehabilitation, scoliosis, and nutrition. Other services include acupuncture and massage.
If you're in need of care, come in and see me, Dr. Angie Monty. We're located at 3408 Woodland Avenue, Suite 501 in West Des Moines.
Well, we've talked to the event planner, but now we have to talk about invitations, because that's really the first thing that the person sees about your party. And so I have Kara Berhow. She is a graphic designer with Web Spec Design. She designed my invitations. That's right?
Yep.
And just to talk about invitations, because you want people to open it up and say, I have to go to that event, basically, right? It can't just be about reading the text, I guess.
Right, right.
So let's start with what are some eye-catching things that people can do with their invitations that will really get people excited about the event?
Sure. Like what's really big right now is patterns. So I brought something.
Patterns.
Yeah, I mean, if you just have like a really bold pattern, that's something that they're going to pick up. It's got kind of like a nice paper stock. This event was just like a black and white only event, which is why you kind of want to stick with the theme of whatever your event's going to be.
This was a save the date, and it happened at a zoo. So the one side had the zoo on it, and it's definitely eye catching. It doesn't have to be to where like the way that we think it should
be. Right. I mean, you want to have the important information on there, but it doesn't have to be in your face. It can be more of a piece of art rather than what's happening.
So. Right, so a piece of art is important.
Yeah.
What other ideas do you have? There are all kinds of things that we can do with graphic design to make it cool.
Sure, I mean, you can take elements from your invite and pull them into your event. So maybe you're doing the black and white thing, so maybe you want to do just like a cool little favor box. So we've kind of got our little Nead Inspiration logo on here and just like a vinyl graphic, and then maybe just some cute little element that goes with, I mean, if this were like a black and white event or something, you could add a little feather or whatever and just put whatever you wanted in here. Maybe it's your card and then a candy or whatever.
So take the pieces that are in the invitation and pull them into the event.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that way they have something to take home with them that they'll remember it by.
So because you are a graphic designer, I know that you look at what other people do where they don't have your expertise. And what are some things that people need to watch out for or remember? When you're looking at it going, oh, poor thing, I should have helped them out.
Well, one thing that a lot of people do is they'll just go buy invites from the store. And sometimes some of them are really cute and really cool, but what they'll do is just kind of handwrite on it really quick, which is sometimes nice for just a small event, but if you're wanting to really make a lasting impression, it's nice to just go the extra step and have something like professionally printed, or even if you print it out on your own, it looks a little better and a little more legible than handwriting.
Right.
So yeah, and just keeping with a theme. So if you have maybe your logo, you want to make sure that is a theme throughout the whole thing, or something that you want to just continue. So yeah.
All right, well there you have it, invitations. I think patterns are really cool, and if you can see there's small writing. It doesn't have to be all the writing or the text is bold, and taking the theme and bringing it through the event. Kara, thank you so much for sharing your ideas.
Yeah,
up next we are going to, I'm excited, we're going to talk to the musician that's going to be performing at my event, Aceto, but we're going to take a break first. We'll be back right after this.